welcome back to another episode of Just Your Average Baker. I'm Amelia, and today we're making chocolate pistachio sea salt cookies. I am very excited to do cookies today with you guys. I haven't done cookies on the channel yet. These are cookies I've never baked, so I'm pretty pumped. The original recipe is dark chocolate, pistachios, and smoked sea salt, and I'm going to link that down below. When we go through the ingredients, I'll explain why I'm not doing everything exactly the same as the recipe, but I'm excited, so let's get started. For today's recipe, you're going to need half a cup or 1 stick of unsalted butter. I'm using margarine because I already had it, so I wanted to use what I had. You're also going to need half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 large egg, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 cups of dark chocolate chips, but I'm gonna, dropping stuff today. I'm using semi-sweet chocolate chips because this is all they had at the store that I went to, so I'm kind of changing stuff a little bit. 1 cup of shelled pistachios, coarsely chopped, so I have to shell and chop these. And then also smoked sea salt for topping, and I just have regular sea salt. So first thing you need to do, preheat your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Line your baking sheets with parchment paper. That way everything is ready to go when the cookies are ready to go. And then the very first baking step that we're going to do is we're going to beat both of our sugars, our brown sugar and our granulated sugar, with our butter for about 4 minutes until it gets pale and fluffy. Now we just beat them. Now we add our egg and our vanilla, and we beat it for another minute. Oops. So I'm just gonna not put in this whole 1/4 of a teaspoon because I dumped a little bit. Just gonna do like that much. Yep. That was about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Spills happen, people. Spills happen. Beat for a minute. Looks good. I'll scrape down the bowl and then we're on to the next step. In a separate bowl, we're going to combine our flour, our baking soda, and our salt now. Pew, pew. We're going to add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients all at once now. Beat on low, and then once it has just incorporated, then we'll add our chocolate chips and our pistachios. Time to add pistachios as well as chocolate chips. We're now going to scoop the batter onto our parchment-lined cookie sheet, 2 tablespoons at a time, about 2 inches apart.
I was born in a seaside town. They say I've
Now I'm going to stick these in the oven and they'll bake for about 18 minutes, but I'm going to check them as I always do about halfway through just to see where they're at. And then, yeah, so we'll get to baking them. Baking time! I forgot a crucial step! The sea salt, but I just put them in, so they haven't even baked. Oh, God. So before you put them in the oven, you're supposed to sprinkle generously with smoked sea salt. And as you know, I told you I only have sea salt. So that's, yeah, but I forgot to smoke it. I forgot to put the salt on. We'll just give each one a little, said generously, I did 2 grinds each. That's probably good. If I don't like them, then in the next batch, oh my goodness. I'm all over the place today. I'll change them. Okay, so now they're going in the oven for real. So these are the cookies. Took them out of the oven, let them rest on the cookie sheet for 5 minutes, and then I let them cool, and then I put them on here. And they look pretty tasty, so I'm excited to try one. Y'all know this is my favorite part of the video, so I'll try this guy. These are delicious. The sweet and the salty, I love sweet and salty things. If you don't love sweet and salty, these cookies are not for you, my friend. But if you love sweet and salty like I do, then these are like absolutely perfect. And they're kind of, they've got a good crunch to them and a good sweetness, but also then you get the salt. They're just tasty. Tasty, tasty, tasty. You can even see the big chunks of pistachios and the chocolate chips, which is cool. Speaking of pistachios, I didn't show you guys me unshelling and chopping them because it took forever and a half. Buy your pistachios already shelled. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to stand in your kitchen for like 45 minutes shelling pistachios. There's a lot of pistachios. It tastes worth it now though, so. We have come to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me bake these chocolate pistachio sea salt cookies. They turned out deliciously, let me tell you what. So if you end up trying these, which I think you should, if you like sweet and salty, you should try them. They're delicious. And if you do try them, please let me know, comment down below how they turn out, things you did different, if you love them, if you hate them, whatever. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please like it, thumbs up, whatever you do. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more baking videos, more candy videos. And I will see you guys next week. Happy baking. Bye. These cookies are really good. I like promised people I would give them stuff. Like I'd give them some stuff that I baked this week. But I kind of want to keep all these cookies for myself. They're really good. But I shouldn't. Nobody needs this many cookies.